Thanks, John. I really appreciate the opportunity to discuss a key and particularly relevant topic focused on edge compute, specifically how service providers can offer enterprises the capabilities and expertise they need to address their unique needs. As a MEF community, we cover a lot of ground on various technologies, but one key aspect that ties everything together is how we can provide enterprise clients a competitive advantage and help them along their digital transformation journey. In previous sessions, we've covered a lot of the technical-oriented topics. So in today's session, I would like to take the enterprise client's perspective and speak to how the edge can transform a client's ability to deliver a great customer experience and share key use cases that the edge can enable. Some of the key elements we often discuss in context of the edge computing components are efficiencies in operationalization, workload distribution, and the ability to instantiate new or augment existing services to tailor them to client business needs. These elements can be complicated for an enterprise, so they rely on service providers to make it happen behind the scenes and make the experience for their customers seamless. And taking complexity out and simplifying how end users consume a service is how enterprises look to differentiate themselves. While walking through Breckenridge, Colorado the other day, I spotted a sign on a window of a Patagonia clothing store stating, "Innovation isn't always visible." Now, granted, a clothing store is not the vertical we associate immediately with innovation. However, it made me think about how applicable that concept is to the enterprise client in the context of services and, more importantly, how we deliver these services to our clients. Edge compute is one of the technology components that we have to consider as part of a larger and overarching goal that enterprises are focused on these days, and that is digital transformation. Digital transformation is the journey to modernize their IT infrastructure to address the way they do business. This is where clients focus on leveraging automated processes, leverage data insights to make business decisions, and taking advantage of a range of technologies and innovations from running applications closer to the edge for performance reasons to leveraging the cloud infrastructure to more broad workload deployments. All with the focus on increasing operational efficiencies, as we just talked about, and creating a competitive advantage for their business. And as service providers, we're well positioned to assist and guide our enterprise clients through that journey. There are some amazing opportunities and advancements with the edge, but where are the clients in their digital transformation journey? Based on some recent surveys that were done by IBM across companies in the US and the UK, when they look at clients or enterprises, a lot of them might not be quite ready to take full advantage or know how to start that journey towards digital transformation. Let's look at the statistics. 60% have doubt that their organization is ready to address and implement these services. 24% are only just starting to take the first steps. And about a one-third surveyed say they are still in the midst of a transformation. Given these results, these organizations also indicated that the cloud has definitely been one of the key drivers as part of that transition to focus on implementing a scalable digital business. The cloud tends to be an initial starting point because of its low barrier to entry. This also drives the need to focus on areas such as professional skills development as well as security upgrades within the enterprise. To accomplish this transition and move towards IT modernization, a lot of these organizations, more than 3 in 4 surveyed, say they will rely on a trusted partner that can provide them the managed infrastructure services. And Spectrum Enterprise is assisting our clients with that journey, with managed, co-managed services and security solutions, just to name a few. The opportunities presented by developing the edge services for enterprise clients to meet their current needs as well as future objectives puts our industry on the cusp of an extremely exciting and innovative period. Digital transformation is no longer seen as a choice for the enterprise, and the edge plays a key role. However, you can't just look at the edge compute component in isolation. It's part of the larger ecosystem. How do we enable enterprises to take advantage of the edge capabilities and its service-oriented infrastructure in order to build and offer differentiated services to their customers? As we look at the edge and what it means to the enterprise, we define it as the edge can span from the customer premise all the way to the edge of the network, from leveraging hardware, software, or even universal CPE that allows for specific functions to be deployed to run services closer to the edge, all to allow the enterprise to scale, manage, and improve the overall application performance, and to reduce latency for services at the edge. In some instances, enterprises can take advantage of integrated AI, ML, or take advantage of storage, performance, visibility, and of course, security components. Next-gen use cases may want to explore the benefits from the edge that may not be totally supported in a more centralized cloud-based deployment. And again, service providers are well positioned to deliver the edge with services, infrastructure, and a key factor, which is the network. According to IT analysts, digitization is happening in three main areas. The first is the core network, which IDC defines as a cloud or traditional data center. The second is the edge, where infrastructure often runs applications closer to end users. And the third is the endpoint, like a computer, smartphone, or connected device. As service providers, we have to take a holistic approach to addressing the enterprise needing connecting and controlling all of these aspects of their digital journey by aggregating, integrating, and simplifying multiple technologies under one umbrella or solution. Too often, enterprises just focus on hardware and software, running their applications in a data center, just the edge or the endpoint, without giving adequate attention to the network that enables them. Both internal and external collaboration are enabled by the network. And without investing in network modernization, the investments in next-generation hardware and software will not deliver on their promise. Network modernization is foundational for the attainment of digital transformation, creating opportunities and unlocking challenges for an organization. A service provider with deep networking knowledge and expertise enables organizations to keep pace with advances in network technology. Instead of reacting to new developments, organizations can proactively allocate resources to their advantage, embracing advances in IoT devices, and collaborate with customers on their terms without worrying about details to enable workloads where they need them. Organizations of any size can benefit from understanding and implementing these technologies, and more importantly, selecting a service partner who can assist them with this transformation. As you can see from the quotes and the announcements that are prevalent across the industry, and we see those almost every day, the edge can play a significant role in addressing these needs for the enterprise, and it's fueling the fire and creating expectations for many associated opportunities. The market and arguably enterprises expect a significant impact from edge compute's low latency performance capabilities for applications, IoT services, or workflow. At Spectrum Enterprise, we provide clients with a range of solutions, services, and guidance to facilitate the implementation of their solutions from the edge to the cloud to meet their business needs, where, how, and when they need them. Given the focus and the need for organizations to incorporate these benefits of the edge into their organization's future, there are a number of use cases that can play a role in that transformation in a range of verticals. The first one, of course, is hospitality industry. As they return and look to establish a new normal, they're turning to technology to transform the guest experience. And the combination of AI, ML, and security integrates both of these components. From physical to virtual security implementations, hotels have a number of use cases where edge compute comes to play. One of those use cases is focused on leveraging camera-based solutions to capture, anonymize the information at the edge, leveraging edge compute with integrated AI and ML. Only metrics are used, and privacy is maintained, and the services can make a fast and appropriate assessment at the device edge. If you look at the healthcare space, there are so many use cases where edge compute and the client experience intersect. Let's look at the MRI imaging as a function in a hospital environment as one use case, delivering the ability for doctors to shorten the time to review and address patient needs by leveraging portable scanners. Another use case is patient monitoring and safety. Falls of patients in hospital or nursing facilities carry significant impact both to the patient's well-being as well as to the length of the recovery. The CDC estimates that in the US alone, falls among adults 65 or older are very costly. Each year, about $50 billion is spent on medical costs related to non-fatal fall injuries. There are three solutions that can have a big impact across this industry. First is leveraging edge compute in conjunction with IoT devices to capture metrics along their particular vitals. Second is using patient monitoring to prevent falls. And the third is improving the patient's experience with patient alerts and fall prevention systems that can have a big impact across the industry. These solutions live and are enabled at the edge. Earlier in the year, Spectrum Enterprise led and presented the MEF proof of concept in partnership with ADVA, Juniper, and Equinix, with a focus on revolutionizing the live event experience, essentially changing the ways the fans experience a game or concert, both in and out of the stadium. In this proof of concept, edge compute is viewed in context with cloud-based deployments, as does go hand in hand. To deliver that type of live event experience, we explored various technologies that would be leveraged to deliver that differentiated customer, or in this case, fan experience. For fans in the stadium, we leveraged 4K cameras, edge compute with AI ML, and private LTE to deliver the content to the fans in the stands. This really provided a great example of what edge compute can enable. Additionally, for fans outside the stadium, we looked at leveraging some of the emerging technologies and working drafts from MEF around network slicing, SD-WAN performance zones. This combination provides fans with a game-changing experience and allows them to be their own producer of their content. Our client experience transformation themes were informed by data about what clients want and how edge can play into that particular experience. One of the key components there is optimized communication at the edge. It improves the application performance, and in this case, in the stadium where the application delivers an interactive and high-performance client experience. Second aspect is the orchestrated experience, right? Interactions are seamless, and AI and edge compute allow fans to select their views based on their preferences. And the third component is the effortless interactions, keeping interactions simple in ways that are convenient for the fans to consume the content. As we've indicated, the client experience is foundational and drives the approach as to the technologies, the infrastructure, and improvements we look to leverage in implementing services for our clients. Each of the following tenets has underlying technologies and capabilities that support these changes to modernize systems and the network at the edge. Let's look at all three tenets individually. The first one is simplification. Providing the clients the ability to decide and address their specific business needs is critical, and making that process simple is key to that success. It's important to meet the client where they are and help them achieve their future objectives by offering them the ability to leverage a self-service or a managed solution and have that service run in the most effective environment at the edge. The work that MEF has done and continues to spearhead around LSO and the ability to orchestrate various components within or even across service providers is critical to make that appear seamless. The second component is improving performance, right? With these new technologies comes the expectation that the client that things get better, particularly from a performance perspective, which is a critical component of why clients want to run services at the edge. As a client, I need to assess what's going on with my network and my service at the edge, so I require visibility into the metrics and allow me to drive my decisions based on data. Bringing AI into that approach can make my decision process even more integrated and automated. As we discussed in the previous slide, the trusted partnership is key to delivering and assisting clients in their journey. Spectrum Enterprise serves as a trusted partner to our clients by delivering services that are application aware and move towards intent-based networking. The third tenet is flexibility. It allows enterprises to address changes in their business as well as differentiate their services for their end customers without having to think about where to run these workloads. It also allows enterprises to pivot to new use cases and take advantage of technologies to address new, effective solutions around IoT devices, sensors, smart applications, and resilient solutions, just to name a few. So in closing, leveraging the edge provides clients the technologies and the services to jumpstart or realize their journey towards digital transformation that creates new progressions that weren't possible previously. The MEF community plays an integral part in paving the way with standards that service providers can build on and bring organizations together via partnerships in venues such as this Infinite Edge series. These are exciting times for our clients and the entire MEF community. We have the opportunity to transform the world around us, but that requires focus on that which is not visible to enable that which is. Innovation isn't always visible, but all the behind-the-scenes innovation builds to something that is visible and makes a significant impact to supporting digital transformation. And digital transformation is what drives the differentiation of services that we provide to our clients. Thank you.